You know the feeling, right? Your phone's a mess, you're totally out of storage, and the battery is just dying. But what if the fix wasn't a brand new phone, but a super tiny app? Today, we're diving into Gallery Go, an app that was literally built to solve some of the biggest, most annoying photo problems we all deal with.
So, does this hit close to home? You go to take that perfect picture and bam, storage full. Or you try to just scroll through your own photos and the whole thing just grinds to a halt. Maybe you just watch in horror as your battery and your mobile data just evaporate. If you're sitting there nodding, trust me, you are not alone. And there's a very specific reason this keeps happening.
Just look at the difference here. It's night and day. On one hand, you have your typical photo app. We're talking over 100 megabytes, always begging for an internet connection, and absolutely devouring your battery. And then you have Gallery Go. It's under 10 megs, works completely offline, and it's designed to save your phone's resources, not eat them for breakfast. This isn't just a tiny tweak, it's a totally different philosophy. Okay, so let's get into the diagnosis. Why does it feel like so many modern apps are basically at war with our phones, especially if they're a little older or more of a budget model? Well, the villain in our story has a name: bloatware. This is any software that just uses a ridiculous amount of memory and storage, mainly because it was only ever built for the newest, most expensive phones on the market. So if your device isn't the latest and greatest, these apps can slow it right down to a crawl. That frustration you feel? Yeah, it's not your fault. It's by design. And this chart just lays the problem out perfectly. A lot of phones out there are running on maybe 1 or 2 gigabytes of RAM, but the apps we're using today, they're built for phones with 8 gigs or more. That huge gap, that's why your phone struggles. It's like trying to run a marathon wearing boots made of solid lead. It's just not going to work well. And that gap isn't just a technical problem, it leads to these really annoying everyday headaches. Those constant storage warnings, the phone freezing when you're just trying to look at a picture, watching your mobile data get chewed up by some background cloud syncing you didn't even ask for. And don't even get me started on trying to manage an SD card. It's a total mess. But what if there was a way to break out of that frustrating cycle? All right, enough about the problem. Let's get to the good part. The reveal. Let's see how Google quietly built a tiny miracle to solve this huge problem. This is it. This is the most important number right here. Under 10 megabytes. I mean, just let that sink in for a second. A full-on photo gallery app from Google that is smaller than just 2 high-res photos. They did it by just ripping out all the heavy, data-hungry cloud stuff and focusing only on what you need offline. This tiny size is the secret sauce behind everything that makes it so great. And hey, this isn't some brand new app that might disappear tomorrow. Google launched it way back in 2019, specifically for places with spotty internet. It got a little rebrand, and by early 2025, it had blown past 1 billion downloads. This thing is tested, it's trusted, and people love it for a reason. Okay, so it's tiny and it's popular. But what can it actually do? Well, let's talk about its superpowers. Because the real magic is how it pulls off all these smart features without ever needing an internet connection. So how in the world does it organize your photos without using the cloud? Well, it all happens with machine learning right there on your phone. First, it scans your pictures locally. Nothing ever gets uploaded. Second, its little AI brain gets to work identifying people, things, and places. Selfies, documents, cats, whatever. And finally, it automatically creates and sorts albums for you. All of it happens privately, on your phone, no Wi-Fi needed. And hey, don't just take my word for it. The experts over at Android Authority called this offline sorting a total game changer for anyone who cares about how much data they're using. It basically gives you a premium smart gallery feature without the premium data bill. And here's another superpower. It actually knows how to handle SD cards. I mean, for anyone whose phone is constantly running out of internal space, this is absolutely huge. You can view your photos, manage them, and move them to your external card without any of the usual glitches or headaches. It just works. So when you put it all together, what does it all mean? Let's get to the big takeaway here, because this is about so much more than a photo app. It's about how you can reclaim the phone you already own. The benefits in the real world are just massive. First, you get way better privacy because your personal photos actually stay personal. They live on your device. Second, you see real savings in your wallet because you're not burning through your mobile data plan just for background syncing. And finally, you get speed. Not just in the app, but your entire phone feels faster because you've freed up all those precious resources. But here's the real kicker. This app isn't just for older phones anymore.
We're seeing this fascinating trend where even people with the latest, most expensive flagship phones are switching to Gallery Go. Why? Because they're tired of the clutter, the constant notifications, and the privacy questions of mainstream apps. It's becoming the go-to choice for anyone who just wants a clean, focused experience.
So we'll leave you with this question to think about. This whole thing isn't really about getting a new phone. It's about making the one you have actually work for you. When you get rid of the bloat and just focus on what matters, you don't just get a better gallery app, you get a better phone. So what could you do with a phone that just works?